began with Peggy Witansky, actually, who as she calls herself, the matchmaker. She connected us with Barbara Zasloff, who's the director of the International Center for Contemporary Education. And out of our conversation, sometime after that, Barbara contacted me and said she had seen this call for proposals on the State Department website about a program that it seemed like our two organizations would be perfect for. And so we met and looked through the materials and decided, yes, it was something that we would love to apply for. It's a program through the Educational and Cultural Affairs Bureau of the State Department, and it's part of a group of programs called the Study of the U.S. Institutes. And they have these institutes for scholars, but they also have them for undergraduate students. And this year, for the first time, they've had the institutes focused on specific topics, media, women's leadership, environment, and the one that we applied for and were able to do was on religious pluralism. So the Institute is broadly an opportunity for students from other parts of the world to learn about American history and democracy and, you know, the sort of founding principles on which our country is built. And this year, through the specific lens of these particular topics. And so in our case, we studied the U.S. more broadly, but particularly through the avenue of religious pluralism and interfaith dialogue. The State Department has the acronym SUSI for their study of the U.S. institutes. We gave our program the title Religious Pluralism in America, so we called it the RPA. So through the embassies in the particular countries, the State Department recruited the students, and this program was for students from Egypt, Lebanon, and Iraq. And probably, I guess, about a month before the start of the program, we got the names of the students and what universities they were from and began to correspond with them. And they arrived, most of them arrived on July 3rd. A couple arrived the day before and a couple arrived a couple days later. But we thought, you know, what better introduction to America than being part of the 4th of July festivities in Philadelphia, of all places. So that was really, you know, day one of the program. After some initial getting to know you exercises, they went off on the subway to the 4th of July parade in Center City, came back to rest a little bit, and then went back down for the fireworks and the evening program. And I think, you know, that was quite a kickoff for the program. The way it was structured is it's a 4-week residential program followed by a 1-week study tour. And so the 4-week program is kind of woven together with classroom lectures and presentations and workshops and visits to historic sites as well as to different religious sites. We gave them the opportunity to visit actual religious services in the 3 Abrahamic traditions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. And they heard from a variety of speakers and presenters. And in addition to the sort of content part of the program, which covered these topics of, you know, democracy and religious freedom and pluralism, and we also focused on teaching them skills that enable people to interact across different cultures and specifically, in our case, different religious traditions. And, you know, each of them came from countries where, in varying ways, religious diversity is a challenging reality. In some cases more than others, but something that they all have to wrestle with back home in ways that are, probably much more intense than we do here, although we certainly have our intense moments here too. And our hope was that, they could return to their home countries with some tools to use to begin to open up these kinds of conversations and dialogues.